Temsa TS35 driver barrier install. All components to the kit are as follows. The only difference is these screws right here are not in the kit at this time, but Parts is adding them. Make sure you ask for these two keyed bolts. We'll get started installing this now. The first piece that needs to be removed is this cover off of the pillar behind the driver's window. If your vehicle came equipped with the monitor on the left front, that monitor will have to come down. First piece that needs to be installed is the base, and it attaches to the modesty panel behind the driver. Before he sets that down, you'll notice that there's 3 holes here and there's 2 on the other side. Those holes have to be drilled and tapped for those screws. As you see, this stainless steel tube, it goes all the way through this modesty panel. These screws have to be drilled out and hit precisely in the center of that tube because they do have to be tapped. If you miss the tube and go up or down, you got to start over. Next thing you install is the shield itself. The shield has 2 holes, one there and one back here. You're going to take this piece of plastic with the lip on it, put it inside the hole, and then you're setting it down. On the other side, you're going to add black rubber and center it up. You may have to trim the rubber down just a little bit, but you need to get them both lined up with the hole. The easiest way to get that black rubber down is to use a 90-degree curved pick. You'll push it down and then you'll hook it and catch it and pull it down in the middle. Next thing you must do is this plastic that holds the grab rail for the parcel rack has to be removed. That little center piece right there unsnaps, and then there's a screw that you'll unscrew to take this off. I'll show you a completed one. This one's already been removed with the screw out. Go ahead and take it down, Joey. You pry out the handrail a little bit and just unsnap it and take it down. And the reason you have to do that is inside of here is where you're going to put those 2 T-bolts. They slide up to hold the bolt or hold the handle in place. This pole is the upper mount for the shield. It installs on those 2 shoulder bolts and goes right over the top of the shield. In order to install the upper bar to the shield, you'll have to install these white plastic washers first. Make sure you put them inside the holes. You only tighten this clamp up to keep it very loose because you're going to be moving this forward and backward to get the other bushings in place. Installing the bottom washer. Because once that's done, you've got to get it through that hole. Now everything's not tight just yet. He's just getting it all lined up because he's still got to mount this side. Next piece to install is the upper shield bar, and you're doing it to this pillar where you originally removed the plastic. Where he's pointing is the end of that bar. The bar comes comes a little too long. You have to shave that down in order to put this cover on it. It slides up and over, and that's what you're actually going to mount against that wall right there. He's already pre-drilled these holes there. The hole, to pull that out, Joey, the hole that's right here, the little one in the middle of the screen, that's the one that holds the plastic cover in place for the pillar. He's drilled and tapped these 2 holes already after he got it lined up. If you have trouble, remember you have these still loosened up here where you can slide it back and forth. Last thing he's got to do is this one screw hole right there. And he's had to, does this come drill and tap, Joey?
No.
You have to drill and tap these as well. Alright, everything else is just putting all the plastic back, the cover back, the monitor back, tightening up these two shoulder bolts up here. I can find them, those two right there. And then you have installed TS35 driver's barrier.